Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. Welcome to our weekly webinar. And today I'm going to continue the series that I started last week, which is on HubSpot and ABM. So I'm going to continue talking about HubSpot as well as ABM. But before I start, I'm going to quickly talk about myself and why we are doing it in the first place, right? Okay, so if you don't know me, my name is Ritesh Osta, and I'm one of the top rated freelancers in Fiverr and Upwork. And I have been doing account-based marketing and go-to-marketing and product marketing for large B2B tech companies for many, many years now. Altogether, I've been doing this for 18 years. But I come from a development background, be it a computer science engineer, and then, I did web development, app development. I was a developer. I worked for companies like SAP and Oracle. And then I moved into product marketing and product sales. So this is where I've been working for the last 10 years or so. And today I'm going to talk about how to do account-based marketing. Okay. For everyone who do not know what HubSpot is and what account-based marketing is, I'm going to start from the beginning itself in terms of what HubSpot is and what ABM is. I'm going to explain that a little bit. And then I'm going to jump right into the topic of how to actually go ahead and execute these strategies in your marketing plan. All right. Okay, so let's get ready. Without any further ado, let me explain what HubSpot ABM is. Right. I'm assuming everybody knows what HubSpot is. For all of you who do not know what HubSpot is like a CRM, a sales pipeline management system. It's a deal pipeline management system. In a generic term, it's called CRM. But HubSpot is more than just CRM, right? It has the CRM as its core product, but around that they have built a complete ecosystem in which they can help you with marketing, they can help you with sales, they can help you with ads and so many other things. So it's a large ecosystem, but in the core of it, it is a CRM, which is customer retention management software, right? The whole idea of a CRM is to manage your customer, manage your prospect, manage your deals, and also retain your customer. And that's the core feature of any CRM, whether it is HubSpot, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, or any other CRM that you might be using. The core features remains the same. Okay. Now let me talk about the other section of it, which is ABM. ABM stands for account-based marketing. Okay. Now, before I explain what account-based marketing is, let me explain why we need account-based marketing on the first place. I have been working with a large enterprise B2B sales team and marketing team for a very long time. Okay. When you're dealing with a small item, right? When you're dealing with something which is like a consumer element. For example, if you're selling a beauty product and you're selling it to consumers, then you can sell it through D2C store or through third-party marketplaces like Amazon, or you can directly sell it through social media like Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and like so on, right? You have a product. Typically, the product is low cost. Typically, it is not like the product will cost like $100,000. It can, but most of the products in B2C and B2C space, I'm assuming is going to be relatively lower cost as compared to enterprise products and services. So these products generally are low cost, and it needs to be distributed to a large audience, very large audience, right? So, for example, if you have a beauty product, you want to sell it to 1 million people, right? And the whole idea of that marketing is that you reach out to as many people as possible. That means you run TV ads and large scale Facebook ads, Instagram ads, social media ads, PR campaign, uh, and the whole goal of these campaigns is to reach out to as many people as possible in hope of converting as many as possible, right? Because the more product you sell, the more revenue comes in, and you build a brand, and that's how you do business, right? And this is the game of B2C. In B2C, you do care about your audience as a segment, but you don't care about individuals, not much. Okay, unless those individuals are like movie star, you're not going to care much about it, right? For you, If something you're selling it from Amazon, all you care about is possibly the person name and email address and their home address where you can ship it to. That's pretty much all, right? Apart from that, there is not much incentive for you to find out every detail about that person, because putting that level of effort to find out all the details about those kind of person is not worth it, because you're selling $5 product or $10 product or $20 product, right? At the end of the day. Okay. So the idea is mass marketing and mass selling. That's the idea when you're dealing with B2C and D2C products. I'm sorry. But when you are in B2B and when we're dealing with enterprise, in terms of products and services, for example, you are selling robotics for large scale warehouses, right? Or pallet lifters and some heavy vehicles, and you are basically selling it to warehouses and heavy engineering companies. So you have these cranes and and road rollers and stuff like those. Okay, suppose you are selling those products or you're giving those services to these kind of industry. Now you are a business and you are selling it to other business. So you are not selling it to general public. Okay, they are not going to buy some warehouse robotics or some cranes and pallet lifters and stuff like those. Other businesses are going to buy these kind of products and services, and those businesses will be large business, right? Which means these businesses are not going to buy your product every single day. It's not like a beauty product where once your product is over, they will order it again and pay $20 and then the product comes again. It's not like that. They will basically buy your product or services every once in a while. The size of the deal will be very large, and the sales cycle will be long or long. So sometimes the sales cycles will be in weeks or months, okay, depending on what kind of product and services you sell. And the target audience need will be very, very specific. And you've got to compete with other players in the market to win those deals, right? Which come down to the point that in this kind of transaction, the end target audience is limited. Okay, it's not unlimited. They are not like millions of companies looking for this kind of products. So there are limited number of companies who might be looking for this kind of product and service at this point of time. That's point number one. The size of the deal is very large, right? So one deal will be like $1 million, right? Or $500,000 or more. And the same goes with software industry as well. And the sales cycle will be longer, right? It may run into weeks and months, and then a deal happens, right? That is the B2B enterprise scenario for many of the companies. Okay, that's why we have this enterprise sales team, the pre-sales team, the product marketing team, the performance marketing. I mean, there are so many different teams in terms of B2B enterprise sales. They sit, they work consistently to close a deal, right? Whether it is selling, high-end engineering products, mechanical products, or you are selling softwares, as a services. For example, you're working for IBM, looking for other customers for IBM, and the deal size can run into millions of dollars, right? Whatever be the case, the point here is that your customers are limited, the decision makers are many, okay, the sales cycle is long, and you've got to be consistently on top of the game in order to win those deals, right? So coming back to account-based marketing. So when we talked about the B2C, where you're selling beauty products, okay, you are selling it to end consumer, a large audience, large number of individuals. But when it comes to enterprise sales and when we're dealing with the large companies, then those company itself becomes a market. Okay. So in the first case, there is a market. There are millions of people who can use your beauty product and you can sell it to them. Okay. So the market is large. But in ABM, the individual clientele themselves are market, right? So account itself becomes a market. Sometimes our account is so big, for example, Tata, group of companies. They are like $360 billion conglomerate, overall. So they have got multiple companies, and it runs into hundreds of billions of dollars. So just the Tata Group themselves is market. There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of vendors, there are a lot of service providers who just deal with Tata as a company, as a group entity, and their entire business comes from Tata. That means their entire market is Tata. Okay, just one company. Is their entire market is not like the whole country of India, or the whole city, or and stuff like those. So the ABM in the most simplistic manner, if I can explain that, is the account becomes a market. Right? And when you start seeing account as a market, then you can make those list of accounts, and that those list of accounts becomes your market. Okay. And what do you need to target? Once you have, say, for example, 5 different companies you want to target, or 50 different companies you want to target, then all the people working for those companies becomes your potential uh, audiences, and within those potential audiences, you need to find your decision makers and end users and like so on, right? And if you're able to successfully do that, and if you're able to create campaigns to reach out to those people with the right messaging, then there's a good chance that you will be able to create a business out of it, right? So, so if you combine HubSpot and ABM, you get HubSpot ABM. That means HubSpot has features by which you can do account-based marketing. How you're going to do that, I'm going to show you in some time, step by step. I don't know whether we have enough time to complete all the steps. There's a lot of steps. So I'm going to break this down into multiple different sessions in the coming weeks as well. I'll go through the stuff more and more. We already had one session last week where we talked about how to integrate HubSpot with ad accounts, and we are going to continue on that journey today. Okay. So HubSpot ABM, or let's simply talk about account-based marketing, is a strategic approach within a platform that focuses on targeting specific high-value accounts with personalized marketing and sales effort, right? So the account itself becomes high-value account themselves, becomes the market for you to do personalized marketing and sales campaigns, right? So instead of casting wide net, ABM involves identifying select group of accounts. Accounts means companies here with high potential, and tailoring campaigns, different type of campaigns, ad campaigns, email campaigns, LinkedIn campaigns, different type of campaigns tailored to their specific needs and preferences. That's the shortest definition I could come up with when it comes to ABM. There is a lot of question in the market. People ask me all the time, what is ABM? And over the years, I've come up with different definition. After working on this for more than 12 years now, this is the definition I have right now for ABM. Okay, if you have any disagreement, please ping. Let me know. I'm pretty sure some of you who are joining in these webinars, they are doing account-based marketing and B2B sales for a very long time. You may have your own view on this, so I'll be very happy to discuss that as well. All right. Now that I've explained what HubSpot is and what ABM is, let me jump right into the steps on how you can activate HubSpot ABM, ABM within HubSpot. All right. Okay. Now, for all of you who are not aware of HubSpot as a platform, I'm going to show you my own HubSpot. This is my own HubSpot instance because that's all I can show you. I cannot show you my client's HubSpot instance or anybody else's, but I can show you mine. So this is a HubSpot. Okay, it has got different modules. So of course, the most important module is the CRM, where basically it manages all the contacts and the companies and the leads and the deals and all of that is managed into one place, right? So this is how you can see the companies. Yeah, list of companies, and this is how you can see all the context. I cannot show you much. I'm sorry, but I hope that you're getting the point here, right? Okay. So CRM is the basic module. The next one is, of course, they have what they call as a marketing hub, where you can create marketing campaigns. Okay, and then the sales hub, the content hub. So they have got multiple different hubs. basically it's a complete ecosystem where you can do a lot of bunch of stuff together without having to move out of HubSpot at all, including CMS hub, content management hub, which is similar to what a WordPress is or what a Wix is. They have their own hub where you can even host your, manage, build, host your websites. Okay, now let's jump right into the ABM playbook. Okay, what is the playbook for ABM? So, once you are clear that your business requires account-based marketing. For example, you are selling a high-end service, very niche service to very niche audiences, right? For example, you are selling financial services to only Fortune 500 companies. So in that case, Fortune 500 companies are, I'm assuming it's only 500 companies, right? Or maybe 1,000 companies at max. Let's assume that Fortune 500 companies has only 500 companies, which is logically, it should be the case. So that means your target audience is only 500 companies. Now, each company may in turn have like 100,000 people or 500,000 people working for those companies. So if you do 500 companies into on an average 200,000 people, that becomes a lot, right? So that becomes like a 50 million people, working in these companies. So that's a huge market, right? So the market itself is huge in that case. 50 million people you've got to target. Who are you going to target? You don't know, right? So that is the challenge for account-based marketing. So sometimes your target account can have only 100 employees. That's okay, but the challenge remains the same, right? The challenge is who are the end users of your product and service, and who are the decision makers of your product and service. Okay, if you can identify that, and if you can create campaigns for those people working within the company, then you have a successful account-based marketing strategy in place, right? So that is what we are going to do here. Okay, so the first thing is when it comes to HubSpot, you need to activate the ABM. Okay, if you just take the HubSpot by default, it is not activated. That means those features are not activated. You got to activate those features when it comes to ABM. Okay. For the sake of this particular webinar, I'm assuming that all the audiences are aware of the basics of CRM. When I say what is a contact, contact means the contact detail of the people, your leads. When I say account, it means company, and the company can have multiple contact. That means a company can have 100 people working for that particular company. So these are all interrelated and like so on. I'm assuming that if you do not, if you are just joining in, or maybe you're watching this particular video on YouTube, if you're not aware of the basics of the CRM, I have another video on that. Please go check it out. I'm going to put that into the comment section, in the description section as well, where I have defined what a basic CRM is and how HubSpot works as a CRM. So please watch that video and then come back here. I think it'll be easier for us. Okay. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you need to enable the ABM tools. Okay. That means you just go ahead and enable the tools, and then you will be able to do account-based marketing. Okay. Now, before I show you how to enable the tools, a question that might come up in your mind is, okay, all of that is good. I understood what account-based marketing is. Account itself acts as a market, and I need to find the people working for those companies, and I need to target them, right? Okay. Why am I doing that? Okay, that's a question. That's a good question. Actually, I'm going to answer that as well. If you are not going to be very specific within the enterprise when you are targeting those people, then it's going to be a problem for you. For example, if a company, if your target account has 10,000 people working for the company, you cannot send email to 10,000 people. You will be immediately blacklisted, right? And there's no point sending email to 10,000 people within that company, or there's no point showing ads to everybody in that company. It's not. I mean, when you do an cold outreach, are you going to call everybody in the company and try to sell your product? No, you are always going to identify who the decision maker is, and then try to reach out to that person as fast as possible. Okay, to save your time and energy. Okay, that is the reason why you need to do this in the first place. Okay, that answers the question. Now let's talk about enabling the ABM tool itself. Okay, how to enable the ABM. And I'm going to show you a very simple process here. Since I've already enabled the tool in my HubSpot, so basically I've just given the steps here. I'll go through the steps and I'm also going to show you exactly in my CRM how it looks like. Okay. Let me know if you are if this is visible, or else I'm going to make it a little larger. I don't know whether I can do that or not. I think I can do that. Okay. So in order to enable account-based marketing, what you have to do is you have to go to Sales Hub, which is here, and then click on target accounts. Okay. So just go to Sales Hub, click on target accounts. Okay. Once you click here, then typically this, when you're doing it for the first time, this screen will come up. Okay. It looks like this. Unite your marketing and sales effort around the same data in the same place. Okay. And you just have to follow the next steps. Okay. Just say get started. Give you a goal. What is the primary goal with account-based marketing? Okay. The primary goal can be to acquire new customer, to upsell to existing customer, to accelerate existing deal. Whatever is your goal is just market. Okay. Uh, And this is a very important point here. You know, many of you will think, okay, account-based marketing is only about finding new customer. No, account-based marketing is not just about finding new customer. It is not just about acquiring new customer. It's also about selling, cross-selling, and nurturing the existing customer. Right. So there is an existing list of accounts that you have, your existing customer. If you can do the right kind of account-based marketing, that means if you reach out to those decision makers within the existing accounts and do the right kind of marketing, then possibly you can do upsell and cross sell as well, right? So your goal can be different. Whatever the goal is, just take market and then move on to the next step. Okay. Once you do that, then it will just ask you to activate the account-based marketing features. So once you click on that, those features will be activated. Okay. So just follow the steps here. Okay. And at the end, I've just remove the company names for the sake of it, but ultimately you will get this success, right? This success message that you have activated account-based marketing features, and go to target accounts and begin explore, right? So that's what I'm going to do. So now if I go into Sales Hub, I can go to target account and I can just show you what are all the things which are there. Okay. As you can see, this is the dashboard in HubSpot when it comes to ABM, right? Let me explain what this dashboard is. Okay. The first thing that you will see is accounts. And when I say account, let me repeat, it means companies. Okay, account means companies. It's synonymous. Okay. Then what are the target accounts? So I've already chosen a few accounts for me. These are just random company that I've chosen. You can choose one company, you can choose 100 company, you can choose 1,000 company. That's perfectly fine. It's totally up to you. How to choose? You have to just choose a target and then just search for those companies which are already there in your CRM. Okay, or maybe you can upload those companies and then choose, and then that's pretty much it, right? And you can add it in this particular dashboard. So I've added these 6 accounts in this dashboard. That means these 6 accounts are my uh, my my target accounts. Okay. So if I click on that, then it also shows me account activity, right? Of what I'm doing. For this particular account, I'm the main stakeholder. I'm the owner of this particular account, and what are the contacts? There's no contact here. This is just for random test purpose. But it will show me all the other stuff. How many emails I have sent, what meetings I have with that particular account, what number of calls I have. If I'm maintaining all of that in the CRM, I will get those records as well, right? So I'll get a 360-degree views of the account which is going on. In this section, it will also show me the deals that I'm having with those accounts. So if there is any existing deal that is going on with that particular account, it will show me that as well. And if you're using HubSpot very effectively, and if you have put up a HubSpot tracking code in your website and in your app and other places, it will also shows you if somebody from that particular account, people working for that particular company, have visited your site or app and what kind of activity they are doing. Okay. For example, which pages they are checking out and what they are visiting and like so on. If you ask, if there, the immediate question that will come up after that is, what's the point of having this? Let me explain why this is required. For example, if you have a bunch of companies, okay, and they are existing customer or they are a prospect, the deal was created, but the deal never got closed, right? Or they are an existing customer, one deal has been closed, and possibly you want to close some more deals, you want to upsell or cross-sell, whatever be the situation. Okay, if I go into the dashboard of that particular company, I will see all this activity which is going on. Okay, these are the people working on this particular company, and I'm the stakeholder, internal stakeholder, right? Okay, and I will see whether there is any deal or not. Maybe I want to create a new deal. Okay, and I want to see what activity those contacts, those people working for that particular account are doing. So if they are consistently coming up to my website and checking my pricing page, that means they are looking for, to buy something. Or they are coming to my, if I'm an app company, they're coming, logging into my app and, checking out some certain features, which they need to upgrade, but they have not upgraded, but they are checking it. So that's also a signal to me. Okay, if they're consistently looking into that, then that means, they might go ahead and upgrade it. If I'm not an app-based company, if I'm just having a website, I'm an enterprise company, but this people from this particular account is coming up and downloading some case studies, right? Some specific case studies that they are downloading, or they are checking out some specific pages within the website. And it will also show me, when was the last time that they checked out what and like so on. That's a very important information. The reason is, by looking at this, I'll be able to make a decision as to what these people are actually, looking at and what their behavior is, right? We call it the behavioral data. That means, by looking at this, I'll be able to create more personalized outreach to them. So if I call them or if I send them an email, I will have that information in me, and with that information, I can, reach out, which is an added advantage, right? I hope that I was able to, shed some light here. Okay, so these are some of the accounts that I have selected. It will show up, and within those accounts, it will show up more stuff. And HubSpot also has what they call as the recommendation. So these are the companies that HubSpot thinks might be good fit for you, right? So the moment I click here, it has already started showing me recommend. I mean, this is my own company, by the way. But based on the information about my company, HubSpot basically, does some little bit of research and find all the accounts which are there, which can be my potential customer. Okay, I mean, this data cannot be validated fully, but it's a suggestion from HubSpot, right? So this is recommendation of some sort, but this section is very important. It's called website visit. So this can be also targeted. And this is a very important intent data. And let me explain what I mean by that. I have a website. And what I've done is I have put up the HubSpot tracking code on my website. Okay. So now if anybody is coming and visiting my company, there is a good chance, especially in US and Europe, if they're coming from that, there's a good chance around 50 to 60% of the time HubSpot will be able to figure out from which company they have come. If they are using their company domain, if they are in the company domain network, or if they are using the company email ID, there are various technology. I'm not going to get into the tech detail here. I have another webinar that I have created around this particular topic. So around that, HubSpot is able to figure out 50 to 60% of the time who those people are, right? So they call it the website visitors. Okay, so this is a real data, real time. I can edit the filter, but right now, for my company, I'll be able to, I know who is visiting my site. These are all the companies who are visiting my site. Now, if they are visiting my company site, that means they are my potential prospect. And they are qualified to a certain extent. They are not really a lead, but they're qualified to a certain extent that they are coming, checking out my website. So there's a good chance that some of them might be my potential customer, right? So this data is also very important, and I can choose these accounts. I can choose all of them and add into my target accounts for ABM. As you can see, there are a lot of companies who is currently visiting my site. Okay, and I can go and check out these companies as well. Uh, so the list is big, right? And I can see where these companies, for example, this company has visited my site. Okay, and so it's a VPN company and possibly the right kind of company as a target audience. Then I will just select that company name and add it into my account based marketing, right? And then I will find the decision makers, the people working for this particular company, and then start targeting, creating targeted emails and LinkedIn outreach and even ad. So I can run ad, LinkedIn ad and Google ad specific to this particular account. So instead of spray and pray, as they say in digital marketing, you just basically, run an ad across the entire US or entire Canada and stuff like those, and then just hope and pray that the right kind of people click on that ad and drop a lead for you. That's what companies do when they do traditional digital marketing, but this is more precision and more precise, right? Here I start from the end, and then I back engineer the entire process to find the right people, and then sell my product and service. As I said initially, it only makes sense if I am B2B and if I'm selling a product and service which is of high value. If I'm selling $10 product, I mean this kind of effort doesn't make sense, right? If you're selling a pencil or a pen, why would you need to do all this stuff? Okay, just sell it, okay, and move on. So it only makes sense if your ticket size is high, if you are dealing in large scale niche enterprise arena, then all of this makes sense, or else it will not, right? So like this, I can just go and choose, okay, what I want, and maybe I can choose all of them and push it, and then I can create an account. Uh, I can push it here, and the moment I push it, it will. Sorry, yeah, it will start showing up here. All right. So the moment it starts showing up here, then you can go ahead and create targeted campaign. So now that you know how to set up the account-based marketing, the basics of it, the next step is how to build a list, and how to then go ahead and create campaigns. Okay, and when I say campaign, I mean email, LinkedIn, SMS, ads, all of that can be done via HubSpot. HubSpot cannot do all of it. You have to do a few integrations here and there, but yes, all of that is possible. Okay, from HubSpot. Okay, once you build a list of accounts, then you need to categorize those accounts. Okay, for example, you can, so typically they give 3 tier. You can customize this as well, but let's stick to the basics here. So you can create account like tier 1 account, tier 2 account, tier 3. Okay? So you need to customize what you mean by tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 according to your own needs. But let's assume that tier 1 accounts are the most valuable prospect for you or most valuable customers for you, and tier 2 and tier 3 and like so on. Okay. So what you can do is you can categorize these accounts into types. The moment you activate the ABM features, okay, the moment you do that, then for all these accounts or companies, okay, there is a property or field that gets activated, right? Which is this ideal customer profile type. The same thing that is shown here, right? So what you need to do is you need to then go ahead, select all these accounts, companies, and then mark them as tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. Okay, so you mark them tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 based on the need. Once you mark them, then you can filter them here. You can just say, for example, just show me all the accounts with tier 1. So you can filter it here. Okay, and there are other filter parameters as well, but filter tier 1, and then you build a list. So only the companies with that particular who are tier 1 companies will start showing up here. And then you select those companies and then build the contact list. For example, decision makers, the people working in those companies who are decision makers. All right, you can build the contact list. How you can build that? That's another process. Maybe I'll create a separate webinar here. It's a long step. Uh, Sorry, yeah, there's a long step here that goes here, in terms of building the target audience. So I just, you've got to build the company list, for example, tier one accounts, and then you've got to build a contact list. So once you build the list of the companies who belong to, say, tier one, then you need to find people working for those companies who are the decision makers, correct? And in order to do that, what you need to do is you need to go to contacts and then filter the contacts with respect to company, okay, and then create a list around that. Okay, so maybe I'll create another webinar around that. Okay, instead of going through the step by step here, I'll create a separate webinar where I'll just go through the steps. The steps are written here. If anybody wants this particular document, I'm going to put that in the link as well. You have the step by step. You have to just follow the steps here, and I'm continuously updating this particular document. So I'll put the link in the YouTube video description as well on this one. Okay, and there'll be no update on nothing. You don't have to give any email address or anything. It'll be just available for you directly. Okay, once you build the list of companies and the list of contacts working for the companies who are the right decision makers, okay, with the right role within that particular company, then these lists can be used for personalized targeting, using ads and using email and other channels. So that means you can run targeted ads to people working for those companies, and it is called customer match ads. In the performance ad definition, it's called the customer match ads. That means you upload the customer details. LinkedIn or Google will match with their own database. They have database of literally billions of people on the world. Okay, they will match it, and they will only show the ad that you have created to that matched audience. Okay, so it's like saying, hey, you know what, I'm giving you a list of 1,000 people, match it with your existing database, and only show this particular ad to those 1,000 people. So if you upload 1,000 people, there's a good chance that 998 people Google and LinkedIn will be able to figure out. Okay, maybe a few people they will not be able to figure out, they will not show that ad to those people or the company. And when I say company, means people working for that particular company. So, but 90 to 95% of the time, Google and LinkedIn will be able to figure out those people and companies, and then show your ad specific to those people or people working for those companies that you have uploaded. All right. Okay. So you can do all of this within the LinkedIn platform, or you can control this from HubSpot itself. Okay, so what you can do is you can download all this information from HubSpot as a CSV and upload it into LinkedIn ad account, or you can do what we call as a LinkedIn ad integration with HubSpot, and HubSpot will directly send this information to LinkedIn ad account or Google ad account, where you can match this and run target. Okay, so how to do that? There's a long, there's a 64-page document. So possibly I'll take another few webinars to go through each and every step. But I'll just go through some high-level information here, okay, in terms of ad accounts. If you go in here, if you go to the ads, then as you can see, I've done the integration of LinkedIn with my HubSpot, right? So now, as you can see, my LinkedIn ad account is integrated with HubSpot. That means I can directly create an audience from HubSpot, right? I can create, of course, I have to upgrade my HubSpot for this one, but I can create a contact list or, website visitor, and then there are others also. I can create a list based on the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and like so on. So I've already built the list, remember? Okay, on that particular step, I will select the list, okay, and then I will pass the data as customer match data to LinkedIn audiences. Okay, so for example, if there are 1,000 people I've selected from my own CRM, I'll pass that 1,000 people as an audience to LinkedIn ad account as a LinkedIn audience, and then LinkedIn will run customer match ads to that particular stuff. So you can go ahead and create an audience first from within the CRM, and then you can go ahead and create an ad campaign. Okay, so you can create the ad campaign from LinkedIn or Google, or you can directly, since the integration is done between LinkedIn ad account and HubSpot and Google ad account and HubSpot, you can directly create those ads from within HubSpot also, right? Whether it is Facebook, LinkedIn, Google ads, whatever it is, right? You can just do that. The choice is up to you. Right? For example, it gives an option website visitor. You can create custom ads also. It's up to you, but it gives you some options here. All right. So I think that's the overview. I'm going to, it's already more than 40 minutes now in terms of explaining the overview. Uh, why do we need to do that? What we have covered is correcting of ad accounts, activating of ABM tools. I just showed how you can activate the ABM tools. In the upcoming sessions, I'm going to create a build match audience list that I'm talking about, and then launch the ad campaigns for the based on tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and roles. Okay, and then also, it's like a multi-channel approach, right? Where you run ads to them, show ads, and also send them emails, and SMSs and like so on. So I'm not going to talk about SMSs and all. Possibly I'm going to stop at email. Uh, but you can send nurturing emails and other stuff also to those exact target account by creating workflows. Okay, and then you can create reports, and those reports will basically tell you how your ABM is working out. Okay. All right, so I think we covered a bunch of it in terms of overview. If you have any specific questions, please go ahead and ask me, and I'll be very happy to answer. Right, this is a vast topic. As you can see, I'm still working on this particular document, and I've just started. It is already 52-page document, and I've just started, and I'm continuously updating it. And I'm planning to release this particular step by step to the audiences, to our audiences everywhere. So please do let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll be very happy to answer those. If you have any other question, you can reach out to us to Insight tab. This is my company. Check out our company. Reach out to us. This is my profile on LinkedIn. Find me out on LinkedIn. My name is Ritesh Osta, and I'm also one of the top rated Fiverr Pro. Okay, if you want to check out my Fiverr Pro account, just go to my LinkedIn profile, click on it, and you'll be able to see my Fiverr Pro account as well. I'm one of the top rated freelancer available, and I've been doing it for a very, very long time. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I hope this session was useful for you. I'll see you again in the next one. Thank you so much.